Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. So today I'm going to share with you my 100% honest review of the brand new Maybelline New York Lifter Plump and Glow Foundation. This is not a first impression at all. I have been testing it out for the past couple of days and I am fully ready to share with you my final thoughts. And I got it with my own money, and you guys know if I don't like a product, I don't sugarcoat it here. No, it's not happening here on this channel. If I don't like it, I will just say I don't like it, it's not for me. Okay, so if you want to see more like this type of honest reviews, then please make sure to subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. This foundation retails for $15.99 and you are getting 1 fluid ounce of product or 30 ml. I would say $15.99 is a little too much for a drugstore foundation, but you know what, these days like drugstore makeup is becoming really pricey. So I don't know what's happening, but anyway, it retails for $15.99, but you can always use those Ulta's $3.50 coupon. That would be really nice. I got mine from Ulta and this comes in a total of 24 shades. I know 24 shades in 2025. We are almost going to be in 2026 in like a couple of weeks. So I would say 24 shades. It's not much, at least from a brand like Maybelline. There should be more shades in my opinion, of course. And I got mine online and I kind of guessed my shade and I got it in the shade 210, which is a spot on match for my complexion. You will get to see during the application process. Like, I was so happy with the shade match. Anyway, let's just talk about the claims and everything. This foundation claims to be a medium buildable full coverage foundation and you are supposed to get a radiant finish, and it says it will give you a vibrant glow. So please keep that in mind. It is supposed to give you a vibrant glow. Anyway, that was all the claims and everything. I don't see like any longevity claims or anything like that. Now here is what I prefer when it comes to a foundation. I have dry skin and it's winter. My skin is like extra dry. I have so many dry patches around my mouth area, and in summer my skin is more like normal to combo. So now I have dry skin and I prefer a medium to buildable full coverage foundation. I do not prefer a solid full coverage foundation because they just tend to become really cakey on me. So I prefer medium coverage. If I want to build it up, I should be able to build it up. And I personally prefer a natural finish foundation because if a foundation is too glowy or too liquidy, then it kind of tends to slip off of my face. So I personally prefer a natural finish foundation. So yeah, now let's just get into the application process and then I will be back to share with you my initial thoughts. We are nice and zoomed in, and for my primer today, I will be using this Grippy primer from Maybelline. Absolutely favorite of mine, and this is like my second bottle, and that says how much I love this primer. So I'm just giving it a good shake and I am taking 2 full pumps, and you can see it has got a pretty thicker consistency. Now when you hear the word like serum, you might think it to be more on the liquidy side, but that's not the case at all. And yeah, it has got really thick consistency, really creamy though. And yeah, I am applying it with a brush on this side, and on the other side I will use a damp sponge as usual, and I'm using my Sigma brush, and you can see it's blending out really nicely with the help of a brush, and it's looking really matte. I hope the camera is picking it up. So yeah, this is how like one side of my face looking. This side is with the foundation, this side is of course without the foundation, and you can see it has got a solid medium coverage, though it says it's a glowy finish foundation. On me personally, again, I have dry skin and it's looking pretty matte. Like, I don't see any like luminosity happening or anything like that. Personally, I am happy with the coverage I got because, as I mentioned earlier, I am more of a like medium coverage person. And by the way, I switched my brush because the one that I was using earlier, the Sigma one, I actually used that one yesterday, and when I was blending out the foundation, it was kind of looking streaky, so I had to use a fresh brush. Now I'm just going to build up the foundation a little bit more just to see how much coverage I get, and yeah, it's blending out really nicely. And now I'm getting more of a full coverage with this foundation. Though I was really happy with just one layer of the foundation, but still I decided to build it up because I know there are so many of you who actually prefer a full coverage foundation. So I decided to build it up, and this is how it's looking after building it up. Full coverage, matte. Now let's just apply the foundation on this side of my face. By the way, I used like 2 full pumps, and I'm just taking 1.5 pumps maybe, and I am going to use a sponge, damp sponge by the way, on this side of my face. And yeah, it's blending out really nicely with the help of a sponge as well. But for me personally, like I personally prefer the brush side over the sponge side, because with this type of thicker consistency I feel like the brush actually does a pretty good job, and the sponge kind of soaks up the excess moisture a little bit and it gives me more of a matte finish. But with a brush I get more of a natural finish. So this is how the foundation is looking without any like powder or anything, and I must say it's looking really blurred and smooth on my pore area, and I have not even used any pore filling or mattifying primer or anything, but it's still looking really smooth and blurred. And I feel like I can get away with like not setting the foundation because it's looking pretty matte. But anyway, I'm going to set it with a finishing powder. This is my Sephora collection powder, and this powder is very lightweight. It's not like a heavy duty powder or anything. And this is how the foundation is looking after setting it with a setting powder and a setting spray. So far so good. It's looking really nice and smooth. I don't feel that it's like becoming dry or crusty. Nothing is happening. So yeah, this is how the foundation is looking, and my cream blush and cream bronzer applied really smoothly on top as well. I'm back, and this is how the foundation is looking. It's been like 1.5 hours since I first applied the foundation, and this is how everything is looking so far. So far so good. I would say it's looking really blurred and really smooth on my pore area, and you saw during the application process that this foundation is a little bit on the matte side. It's not like as they claim that it is supposed to be a glowy radiant finish. No, it's not. It's a super duper matte finish foundation, but it's not like uncomfortable at this point. At least it's not looking uncomfortable or anything like that. So yeah, this is how the foundation is looking. The shade match is just spot on, and it's looking really smooth, and I don't find it to be super uncomfortable or dusty, crusty or anything like that. So yeah, this is how the foundation is looking. I'm going to go ahead wear this foundation throughout the day, and then I will be back to share with you my final thoughts. Hi guys, I'm back, and this is how the foundation is looking so far. Let me just quickly zoom you guys in so that you can see what's going on over here. Hello, focus. Yeah, so this is how the foundation is looking so far, and I would say it's looking matte. Like there is no shininess happening or anything. I have tried so many matte foundations over the years, and most of the times like my natural oil just peeps through on my T-zone, but with this one it's matte. There is no shine, nothing. It's super duper matte, but again it's not uncomfortable at all. It's not clinging onto the dry patches that I have. Like on this area I have super bad dry patches, on this area as well. It's not like clinging onto the dry patches. A little bit here, just a teeny tiny bit. And you know what, so many of my foundations, like other foundations, are doing this as well. Just here, very tiny bit, and it has settled on this side of my smile line. On this side not too much, but on this side yes, it's settled a little bit. And again it's looking super duper smooth on my pore area, like as if I do not have any pores, but I do, trust me. So it's looking really smooth, and for the rest of my face it's looking really smooth on my forehead as well. It has settled on this side of the lines, just a teeny tiny settling I can see over here. Other than that it's looking really smooth. So yeah, this is how the foundation is looking so far. You guys have probably guessed where the review is going. I honestly think this is a phenomenal product from Maybelline. Now, your experience might be different from me. Especially, I saw a video from Michaela, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to like it. But I really do. Again, makeup is really personal. For me personally, on my skin, this foundation really works. Though it's a matte foundation, so if you are into a glowy, like skin-like foundation, you are not going to get that from this foundation. It's a very matte foundation on me personally. It's full coverage. but it does not look heavy or cakey at all. Of course, it's not a skin like foundation by any means. If you wear this one, people will know that yeah, you are wearing a foundation, you know what I'm talking about. And this foundation is pretty thick and full coverage, so I would say people were confused because they said it's a plump and glow foundation, and people were kind of expecting serum-y, like skin like type of foundation. I think most people got disappointed because they did not get that serum-y texture or serum-y finish. Because I know, like, Maybelline should have like marketed it as a like matte foundation or a natural matte foundation, I should say, because it does not have any glow. They say it's a glowy foundation. It's not. Don't fall for that one. Nonetheless, like, I have super dry skin, and if this foundation works on my dry skin, it's, trust me, it's going to work on so many other dry skin people as well. So it's looking really, really nice. And again, I stand by my initial claim. This foundation reminds me a lot of the new ABH Impeccable foundation, because that foundation gave me the exact same result. That was matte, that was super blurring on my like T-zone area, and that looked phenomenal like throughout the day. And it's been like 8.5 hours since I first applied the foundation, and it's looking super duper nice, super duper nice. I don't have any complaint against this foundation. And one more thing, I just posted my honest review on the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation, and in that video, please go watch it, by the way. So in that video, I mentioned that though it claims to be a natural finish foundation, but if I don't prep my skin in a certain way, for example, like if I do my regular skincare routine, the way I usually prep my skin before my makeup, like my Bubble Milky Toner, my Cosrx Snail Mucin Moisturizer, that foundation does not look good. It starts to look cakey, it starts to like look really dry and crusty. So I need to use a good hydrating toner, hydrating serum, a very thick moisturizer, and then that foundation looks phenomenal. But with this one, I'm glad that though it's a matte foundation, but I have not done any extraordinary skincare. I did my TIRTIR Milky Toner, my Bubble Milky Toner, and I used my CeraVe Moisturizer. That's it. And this foundation looks really nice. It's not looking dry, it's not looking crusty, it's looking really blurred, really smoothing, and it's a very long wearing foundation, at least on me. And what else? Yeah, though it's a full coverage foundation, it does not oxidize, which I truly appreciate. Like, it's going to be 2026, so a foundation should not oxidize. And trust me, I have some high-end foundations in my collection. For example, the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, that one Serum foundation from Clinique. They are phenomenal foundations, but they oxidize like crazy. But this guy over here, it doesn't do that. And the shade match is absolutely spot on. I was super duper confused about the shade range, but it matches me perfectly. So yeah, guys, like, I give this foundation a solid 9 out of 10. I love the packaging, love the way it wears, love the way it looks, love the coverage, love the shade match. I love almost everything about this foundation except for that plump and glow aspect. Other than that, this foundation is really nice, and I think you will love it. I think so. If you have matured skin and a lot of fine lines, then probably you might not like it. And again, if you have tried the ABH Impeccable foundation, I think you are going to love this one. So yeah, guys, that was my review on this Maybelline Lifter Plump and Glow foundation. Again, I got it with my own money, and my review is based on my experience. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, then please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description box down below, so make sure to check them out. And I will see you guys pretty soon in my next video. Till then, bye and take care. Bye.